How are we all? Welcome to day 2 for Mental Health Awareness Week, looking at ways that we can combat and deal with anxiety and stress. So bear with me if you will do, just while everybody joins in and logs in. I'll pop some music on while we're waiting, shall I? Great to have you here. Hi Alison, hi Linda. There we go. Really good to have you here. Do you know what? I put this jumper on again. I did this yesterday, didn't I? Because it looks cold, but it's actually not. I must learn. I must remember, just because it looks cold, it doesn't mean it is. It's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow, isn't it? So, it'll be nice. Sitting out here in the sunshine, won't it? Morning, Lena. Good to have you with us. Really is. There we go. And relax. Just give everyone a minute or so just to join us. Just while we're sitting here now, let's just find a comfy position. Morning, Sarah. Please just join us. Morning, Mum. Get ourselves settled, listening to the birds and the music in the background. Morning, Julie. Oh, that's lovely. Back again. So it's our day 2 of looking at tips that can help with anxiety and mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Week, or in my world, another week. Because every day is Mental Health Awareness Week in my world. Hi Adele. So today I wanted to talk about what we could look at to help us if we're having a bad day. Which we all have, by the way. I think that's it. Just like you all know, we all have bad days. So I think that's the main thing. Morning, Miss Shelley. How are you, gorgeous lady? Oh, morning, Donna. Good to have you here. It really is. Get ourselves in, get ourselves settled. I suddenly realised at 1 minute past 1:30, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running late. Hello, Jessica. How are you? Oh, it's good to have you here live. That's good. What's up, morning, Michelle? How are you doing? Morning, Alan. Good of you to be here. Thank you. Just give ourselves a moment. Get ourselves settled. I've got my brew ready. Ooh. A backwards N. I'm on Hot Vimto again today, actually. Just what I fancied. So, I will just pop that music on pause. Not that it's very loud, I'll be honest with you. There we go. We'll put that on in a little while. I'm good, thank you for asking. It's very nice. I am good, actually. Yeah, I'm all geared up for this week. I think I might have a couple of days off next week. I said that to Just this morning. I'm going to have a couple of... I'm off with college, so I think I'll have a couple of days off as well, just to recap and recharge. So, the plan for today is we're going to have a 5-10 minute chat. Morning, Sharon, around how to deal with a bad day. What kind of ideas come to mind, but then this is a really important bit, this is a really clever bit, is this is where I need you then to translate it into your world, because me saying this and saying this is what I would do, you might look at that and go, are you having a laugh? Why would I want to do that? Morning, Kimberly. So I think it's about me giving you some ideas, giving you some thoughts on it, and then changing that into how it would work in your world. If we were in class now, I would have you all with your books open, but as we're not, you get away with it. So there's 5 steps that I've jotted down this morning that I wanted to go through with you. So the first one, and I think that's really important, because we all want to get out of bed in the morning and go, right, come on world, here I come. And I can do that quite a lot. And then there's other days where I get out, well, I don't even get out of bed. You lie in bed and think, ooh, do I need to get out of bed? The answer's usually yes. Actually, sometimes the answer's no, but you think, well, I'll get out anyway. And I think anybody who tells you that every single day is a great and wonderful day, can you find out what it is that they're doing, and can they bottle it and sell it? And then, do you know what? I can just sit back and I won't need to work anymore. So I just think it's morning it's really important to remember that if you're having a bad day, or you get out of, you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling 100%, it's all right. It's normal. So I think the first thing I want to say to you about number one is know that that's okay. It's not permanent. It can feel like it. I know sometimes I can have a fantastic day and I wake up the next, usually because I've only done it I've overdone it 1 or 2 days, and I get up the next day and I don't have quite as much energy. And then what I do at that point is then I start criticising myself. Oh, here we go again, it's all going downhill, rah, rah, rah. And I start to have that negative conversation with myself. And yesterday we talked about kindness to others and kindness to ourselves. This is really, really important when it comes to self-care, is looking at how you talk to yourself. So for me, number one, know that that's okay. Morning, Rachel. Know that that's okay. This isn't permanent. Nothing's permanent. We're a little bit like the ocean. The emotions come in and the emotions go. Because I'd love to say I'm permanently high. You've seen me on at the discos where we're up and we're dancing and we're laughing. I'd love to think to myself I'm like that all the time. But would I really want to be that person all the time? That's a lot of energy. And actually, when you're in that mode, I'm not having time to reflect. I'm not having time to catch up on things. I'm just that time to just rest. So for me, it's remembering that all of the emotions have a place, but not, and to let them come, but to let them go. So if you wake up and you're having a bad day, just remember that it's okay. If you start to give yourself that permission, that's okay. It's when we start fighting it that it lasts and lasts and lasts. And just remember that nothing is permanent. So number two, if you're having a bad day, and I've had to learn to do this, and it's lovely. I've had some wonderful messages off people asking how I am I okay? Which is lovely, just checking in with me, which is nice. Always nice to be asked. But actually, I've learned this second one, and I've learned it the hard way. To be honest with you, a bit like all of us. Morning, Liz. And so number two is rest and relaxation. That to me is massively important. Now, rest and relaxation, can I just say, is so far away, and we did touch on this yesterday, but it's so far away from lazy, it's untrue. Okay? This lazy word, I don't know who created it, but there's a real I don't like it, it's a real nastiness behind it. And we adopt it that if we don't do something or don't get something done, we set these expectations on ourselves and we don't do them because we haven't got the energy, we haven't got the motivation, we haven't got the focus, we haven't got the drive. We're knackered. That's what your body's telling you. You're tired. So it's at that moment is looking at how are you able to rest. Now that's one of the things I've brought into my self-care plan while we've got this going on at the moment. Is I have quite a nice routine, and that routine includes lying down for an hour and shutting my eyes for an hour. Having said that, with a grace, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, so that I wake up like that in the morning and boom, awake. Now, rather than lie in bed for 3 hours and think, what shall I do? I'm up, so my time clock shifts, so I know come mid-afternoon I'm gonna have a lie down for an hour. But then I wake up and I'll do another couple of hours afterwards. So I think it's about recognising how rest works for you and giving yourself permission. It's hugely important that you give yourself permission. And also, what's your way of relaxing? There's lots of different ways to relax. We started to touch on them. Listening to these, doing our mindfulness sessions, listening to a meditation, reading. 99.9% of the time will read before I go to bed at night. That's my go-to. I get in bed, get myself comfy, even if my eyes are like that. And just as walked in many a time where I've got my Kindle like this and he's took it off me. He's turned my lights off. Well, most of the time I'll read. Not always I can remember what I've read the next day, I'll be honest with you, but that's part of my relaxation. If I was sat here now and I wasn't doing this and it wasn't working, it would be feet up. It would be feet up and I would have a book or a magazine. Or it could be that you're doing a little bit of gardening or crocheting or knitting or whatever it is in your world that helps you to relax. Those are all part of being mindful. because that to me is what I want to be able to help you with and teach you with, is what can you do in your world that just brings you that calm that you enjoy. I don't want to say to you all, just go and meditate for 90 minutes. Good luck with that. So number 2 was to get some rest. How does rest work in your world, and how to relax? I was just thinking about that. We all have different ways. I quite like putting my feet up and having a doze at a weekend, and just does. But his way of chilling out, whereas mine's gardening, he likes to go and wash the cars. That's his way to switch off. So it's looking at ways. Cooking's another way, baking's another way. What works in your world that just gives you that time where you're just doing something, you're tinkering. That's a nice word, not used often enough. Pottering and tinkering, those are good words. Rest, relaxation. That's number 2 on how to deal with having a bad day. Number 3 is focusing on the small things, focusing on the small wins. So instead of thinking to ourselves, I haven't got these 25 things done in a day, what I have got done is, you know what? I've got up, I've had a shower. If you're lucky sometimes, no, I do a shower. You get up, have a shower, brush my teeth. I've got one thing done. Or actually, you're giving yourself that permission to focus on the good things in life. I know that's not easy when we're feeling in the way that we're feeling, but it is. Stop. It's almost like bring the picture down. If you're a helicopter looking above, what you're doing is you're going to focus on just a few pinpoints instead of looking at the full picture, because that's really overwhelming when we're having a bad day. So it's about bringing it down to the small things. For me, if I was bringing it down to the small things, I would sit here. If I was on a bad day, I would sit here and I would just probably watch the birds. Love that, focusing on what you have done, not what you haven't done. Thank you, Anna, that's beautiful. That's it, exactly. That is it, exactly. We can all, I could sit here now and I won't. Because this apparently isn't my therapy session, so I've been told. I could sit here and tell you about the 25 things that I've not done. But actually what I have done is I've focused this morning on doing a job that's been sat there for quite some time that needed doing. But I wasn't in the headspace. But I woke up this morning, bang, felt really good. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go and start doing that. And I thought, I'll just get it out of its folder. Did that. Put it in, did that. Got myself, put things back in different, I've done that. I need to do that, and I've started making a list of, because it's quite a big job that I need to do, but I've started it, and then I've put it back in some kind of order, and I know what I need to do with it. So isn't that better that I focus on the good things that I've done with it? I took some of the rubbish out of it and chucked it away, getting rid of the stuff that we don't need. So I'm focusing on the things that I have done, and I've made, you know, I know there's other bits and pieces that need doing, but I'll do that the next time I have that spurt of energy. So it's absolutely, I love what you said there, Anna. It's about focusing on what you have done. Focusing on the small victories and small wins, or the blooming big victories. Because when it's a bad day, do you know what? Getting up and doing anything is a victory. So I think it's that. Look at what we can do and stop the other stuff, it's over there. I don't know whose world and rules we seem to be living to, but we seem to have these rules of we have to do all these things. No, we don't. So that was not rule number 3, sorry, that was point number 3. Point number 4, and I like this, this is a really nice metaphor as well. So this is about creating space for a peaceful mind. And this is almost like a physical exercise as well as a mental exercise. So sometime last week I was saying that I've got all these wonderful ideas that I want to get up on YouTube. I want to get some workbooks done. I want to do this and I want to do that. And actually I overwhelmed myself with it. And I hadn't really thought about overwhelm being about positive things. Usually I think about overwhelm being I've got a deadline and I've got to this, that and another. Whereas actually these are really good things I want to get done. So I think I mentioned this last week, but if anyone didn't hear it, my husband gave me some of my own advice, which, let's be honest, is always really annoying. And he turned around and said, well, why don't you do what you always tell me to do? I'm thinking, this conversation ain't going to go well, is it? And he said, write it all down. And I did. I wrote it. I've got it on here or not. It's in this book or not. Class developments. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. There you go. Things I can do. All of that was in my head. Is it any wonder that I felt slightly overwhelmed? When you look at that, you go, ooh. And this came in really handy actually this morning because somebody wanted some information off me. So I was able to go, excuse me, find my page and put it down. So Mentally, what do you need to get out on a piece of paper? And it can be however you want it to do, whatever works for you. A list doesn't necessarily work for me. I do tend to find kind of that works for me and my brain. Just kind of get it all out. But whatever works for you. And actually, are we still carrying around things that we don't need to be carrying around? Are we still thinking about that conversation that we had 4 weeks ago when someone said something and they may have meant it or not meant it, or it might have been more about what place was I in? Was I tired? Was I there? Are we still carrying that around? Because if you are, as I said yesterday, how's that working for you? Because let's be honest, you don't need to be carrying it. Also, creating a space for a peaceful mind is about looking around us. I've seen so many pictures, it's fantastic, and posts about how people are decluttering, getting rid of things, because we normally don't have the time. It's just, I don't know about anyone else, our loft a couple of years ago, he did it actually about 18 months ago, but a couple of years ago it was, oh, just shove it up in loft. Just put it up in loft. So I don't know if anyone's got a loft like that, or a spare bedroom like that, or a spare bath, whatever it is. We had a bathroom downstairs that had all, shove it in there, it's out at where. And it's a bit like that, the way you see it, but that's in your mind as well as around you. And sometimes we're not in the headspace to get rid of things. Sometimes it is just, we're shattered. We're tight, just shove it over there. It's fine. But it's about when you're up to it and when you're able to, it's just clearing that little bit. I always, before I come to work on a Monday, make sure my desk, because I'm working from here at the moment, make sure that my desk is all clear and sorted, ready for Monday. If you see my desk on a Saturday morning after the disco, I think I've posted it once. I think I'm being honest with you. Good morning, Laurie. It must be very early where you are in Canada. If you are, we're looking this morning at kind of the ways to deal with a bad day. Sorry if anyone has just joined us. So we're looking at the decluttering of your mind and decluttering of areas around you. It doesn't have to be top to bottom of your house, but it is a space as a part of your garden. If I was coming out here every day and it had old pots in with bits of flowers in and weeds in and old furniture, and you know what it is, you just move that over, I'll deal with that later. I'm not going to want to come out here. So it's about looking at the rooms or the areas that you use the most. For me, to be able to walk up and use my desk this morning at silly o'clock, whatever it was, 4:30, 5 o'clock, was just a gift. I could just make myself a cup of tea, sat there, pen and paper out, off I went. I was happy with that. And I felt so fulfilled that I'd spent a couple of hours doing a job that I've not been able to do for the past 2 months. It felt really, really good. So look at your certain areas and if needs be, declutter them. Or are you laughing at Lou's laughing at my loft? You've got the yeah. What just is dead good, right? I get overwhelmed by it sometimes. I look at it, oh God, can't do that. He's brilliant. He just starts and gets it all out. And I'm like, and I just watch. And then once he starts, I join in then. But the idea of getting it all out so we've found this way to do this now. He starts it, and I'm like, right, I'm okay. And then I'm sleeves up, and I want to get in it then, because there is nothing better than getting things organised. I mentioned yesterday, didn't I, about my YouTube channel. I needed it to be in some kind of order form. It was driving me a bit potty. So I just sat there over the weekend and tinkered. So that for me is really important. So creating space for a peaceful mind. And then the last one, I love this, number 5, reset and recharge. I think the thing is, the conversation we can have with ourselves sometimes is, I always have a bad day. Tomorrow's going to be a bad day. When I get up in the morning, I'm bound to feel like this. Now, if you've said in your statements, I would bet money on it that is how you're going to feel. If you're saying to yourself, I always have bad mornings, or every morning feels like this, I never have a good day. Because you become what you're talking. You become what you hear and you become what you're talking. So it's about resetting. It's about going, do you know what? And we've all heard it. You know, tomorrow's a new day. Sometimes, if I'm absolutely shattered, and depending if I'm able to, I will have a nap. I talk about my afternoon one because I start early, but sometimes if I'm in a day where I'm absolutely shattered, I will have half an hour or an hour, and that often is enough to reset me. So don't be thinking that you can't go off and have a siesta, or you can't be sitting listening to a meditation for half an hour, because sometimes it's a bit like, you know, on the computers where it says turn it off and turn it back on again. That works with us. I promise you, that works with us. I'm looking what Tina's put there. Bless you, Lord above you. So I just think it's that reset and recharge, and just think, do you know what? I'm gonna switch off for a little while. Switch it off. Switch off that computer. Switch it back on again. Oh, I love that. Emma's card today. Remember, things could be a lot worse. Do you know what? You're absolutely spot on. Justin has to say, well, nobody died. And do you know what? I'm sorry, I said that a bit flippantly, and I don't mean it like that. But sometimes those reminders, hi Claire, sometimes those reminders are really important. Even if you just think, do you know what? At the end of it, I'm still here. Not quite sure, you know, I'm going to get through the rest of the day or tomorrow, but tomorrow's another day. I'm going to get some sleep, I'm going to get some rest, and start again the following day. And follow those rules through again. But just think to yourself, when I get up tomorrow, I'll feel better. Okay, so I am hoping those 5 little tips will have helped you, which was, no, it's okay, nothing is permanent. Rest and relax. Focus on the small things, focus on the things you can do, on the things you have achieved. Create space for a peaceful mind, but also for what you can see around you, and reset and recharge. So those are our 5 things that I wanted to cover today. Hope they help. Right, shall we do a little bit of, she says doing a jig, shall we do a little bit of relaxation and meditation now, just to let that sink in. I have some lovely self-care mantras that I'm going to read throughout the meditation. So I've got myself some music. Whether this works or not, I'm not sure if you can hear it actually. Well, let's give it a go. I'll bring a little speaker to my mind went blank then. I could see what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it. Because this is not loud at all. It's neither use nor ornament, that, is it? I'll move you over towards it a little bit. What's the point in that? I'll not play too much, because balancing an iPad on my balcony might not be the most sensible idea. So, let's get ourselves settled, shall we? You can either sit with your feet down, and if they're down, make sure they're connected to a floor or a surface. I'm sat with my back upright, but I'm not too tight, I'm just comfortable. If you want to put your feet up, more than welcome. If you're lying down, that's also good. My shoulders are back, and they're resting. Morning Elaine, morning Nick. We're just getting ourselves settled. As we do most mornings, just thinking about a beautiful pond. Just watching as you toss a pebble into the pond. And you're hearing it as it enters the water. And watching as the ripples just spread very carefully out. And give yourself a moment now to settle again like that pond will. If we all of us together take a really nice, big, deep breath in, breathing in, and breathing out. Allowing those shoulders to drop. Breathing in. And out. I invite you, if you choose to, if you've not already, to close your eyes. Gentle rise and fall of your chest. Relax your jaw. Tongue is resting in the bottom of your mouth. Eyes are heavy and closed. Relax your forehead and cheeks. Even the area under your nose, under your nose and the top of your lip. Allow that to relax. Giving yourself full permission just to have this time to just be. Allowing any tension that you may be holding in your shoulders, just allow it to melt down your back, down through to your feet, and let it go. Just put your attention now to the ends of your fingers, allowing them to relax. That travels up through to your hands and your wrists, allowing them to rest where they are, allowing them to be heavy and relaxed. Allowing that calmness and tranquility to wash over you. As you give yourself permission to relax and let go. Knowing you're safe, knowing you're warm. Allow those muscles to just let go. Feeling at peace. Enjoying these moments of stillness. As you're enjoying this moment of stillness and calm, allow my words to wash over you. And remember these in a way that you know will work best for you. Know that if ever you awake in the morning and you're having a bad day, that know yourself in your heart that that's okay. That nothing's permanent. This feeling will pass. Like the ocean waves lapping onto the sand. Allow them to come, then allow them to go. Giving yourself permission to rest and relax. in a way that works for you. But you do this with kindness and love, and you look forward to looking after yourself in this way. Allowing yourself to focus on the small victories, on the things you can do. Finding the space to create a space that gives you your peaceful mind. And allowing yourself to recharge and reset when needed. Knowing that this will pass. And then thinking about these wonderful self-care thoughts, self-care mantras, allow these words to wash over you. I can do it all, but not all at once. I have the power to create change. I am grateful for my life. I am enough just as I am. I am allowed to have bad days, slow days, and unproductive days. And I shall give myself praise and love as I would any other day. Allowing that relaxation to wash over you. Let go of any resistance. Gentle rise and fall of your chest. Letting go. Allowing those muscles to relax. Knowing that you're loved. Knowing that you're cared about. Knowing that it's okay to be you. As we enjoy this moment of stillness and relaxation. Know it's okay to rest and relax. Nothing is permanent. Allow yourself to focus on your small victories. Creating space for your peaceful mind. Getting rid of the unessential. Giving you time and permission to reset and recharge. Just before we start to come back, bring all that permission and that calmness and that knowledge, and allow the wise person within you to know that you have this knowledge that's there and to trust your instincts. Slowly, now in your own time, just come back to where we are today. In your own time. You might want to wiggle your toes, move your shoulders round, have a little bit of a jiggle. My fave, without knocking my elbow on the side. Nice stretch. Oh. I'll turn that music off that you probably couldn't hear anyhow. Note to self, bring speaker out tomorrow. Now I know I can do that. That is good. Hi Jess, I know Jess came in towards the end there. How was that? I'm really hoping, I felt that actually I could have stayed there for probably about another 10 minutes, I'll be honest with you. But I had a real sense that I might fall asleep. So I did, I was really enjoying that. I'll make sure I get a speaker organised as well, because that'd be nice just to have on some days. It's nice to listen to the birds a lot of the time. It's nice just every now and again to have some music to kind of drift off to and listen to. So I'm hoping that we're all feeling really chilled out right now. Don't forget to kind of, if you want to share this, I get very cheeky when I relax, that's funny. If you want to share this, please do let people know, and maybe have a re-listen, get a pen, write down those 5 steps, and then you've got them there if ever you need them. Thank you all of you. What day is it today? It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? So we're on a normal day tomorrow, aren't we? Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Mwah. Big hugs. Please share this so people know where we are. And I will see you, if not later, I will see you tomorrow morning for the walk. Thank you.